Okay, welcome back everyone, Zaf here to yet another wonderful Solo Leveling Guys video. As you can see, no longer are we using JINWOO as a support unit. I was sick and tired of having our main character used as a support, tossed to the side, but no longer. He's finally dealing some nice damage amounts, and we got a juicy score of 3.424 billion. Yes, that's right, with a rage count of 10, using him as a DPS unit. I can't wait to show you this build, because no longer do we have to reset our stats, putting all our points into intelligence. Who needs that? We are Chads on this channel, we go strength and nothing else. So let's go over the build, our hunter choices, artifacts, blessings, etc. and then go over the run itself, showing you exactly what to do and what tips to use to maximize your damage. But just really quick, if you enjoyed this video and the other videos on our channel, I advise you to please subscribe. We are almost at the 100,000 subscriber mark. It means so much. So please drop a like and subscribe to our channel. That way we hit the 100,000 subscriber milestone. And just as a quick reminder, do support, but for those of you who are supporting, please remember to extend your support. Yes, that's right. The link is down below to extend. You have to extend because the season is ending. Yes, that's right. The support program is seasonal, so you have to press that extend button. It's found on your My Page section. Once you scroll down, under My Support, you should have a button that says extend. Once you press extend and confirm, it should say cancel extension. That means you did it right. If you don't extend, you'll be kicked off the supporter program and you won't get codes next season, so make sure you support and extend, otherwise you are missing out. And of course, the link to support in general is down below. You can still get codes if you support, so don't worry. The extension page and where your codes go are all under the My Page section. To the top right, press My Page. Then you scroll down. The extension is under My Support and you scroll down more. This is where your codes are, so hopefully that clarifies everything for you. Alright, so let's run back to our build. But the first thing I advise every single person do is lower your settings. I say that in every single video where versing a boss of some sort, because lowering your settings will make the gameplay experience much more smooth. So you go here under settings and you lower the resolution. Usually I go all the way down low, but in this case I was a bit higher, just to make the recording look a tiny bit better. But normally I go all the way down to this right here. As you can see, the resolution did drop. But for this video, let me jump it up, and every single setting here to low. That's what you do. And also you make sure your frame rate is at 120. That way everything looks extra smooth. So do that, trust me. It makes the gameplay much easier, getting good scores on bosses like BOT for example. But anyways, enough of that. Let's go over to our lineup. As you can see, everything is standard here. This is the lineup everyone uses from Musu's video, so shout out to them. This is a phenomenal lineup. I did try alternatives here, like using Harper. Right now, Harper didn't work out too well. She needs her sister to buff up so they can deal so much damage together. Libra will get a buff from them, but anyways, with this build itself, we're just running the standard team here, using Go and Cha and also Meilin to buff both of them up. Meilin's buffs are honestly very strong because she also buffs core damage, and Go does a ton of core damage, so they work out perfectly together. And Cha in general can use all those buffs, and same with JINWOO. Getting those buffs from Meilin is fantastic, so we use her on our main team. And also Team B, we have Mirai and Hansame. Hansame is probably the MVP for this run in terms of survivability, so she is one of the best support units you can use. Mirai obviously for tons of damage, and then we have Choi. Choi is a debuffer with his defense reduction, decreasing the target's defense by 20%, a substantial amount, which does stack with Shadow Sub, so you have to use them on guild bosses or any boss that has a ton of offense. It makes it so much better. And for Team C, we have Libra providing global buffs, fantastic. Min as well, providing a ton of buffs. He also provides heals to Alicia and Libra. Heals are very important because they do die, even with Hansame on the team. Min does help out a lot. He does also provide a 5% overall buff to every single hunter on our team, that being from the damage sources they provide. So Min is pretty good, but in the future, I know for a fact we're definitely going to replace with Alicia and also Min with the two new hunters, using them with Libora will net a lot of damage bonuses, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to try them both out, and I'm pretty sure they will be our ideal choices. So this is our team lineup, very standard, and here are artifacts we use. I think it's a bit different than what most people use here. So with Go, we actually went 4 Curse and 4 Greed for even more damage. You do not have to lay it out like 4 Curse and 4 Greed. You can have them, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, whatever it is. You could basically have them mixed with armor and accessories. That's what I did, just finding my best ones for each class. That nets a nice damage bonus to Go, so try it out. It should work out for you. And then for Cha, very simple. Alongside all our other DPSs, we go Curse and also Expert. This nets a ton of damage, but on Alicia, instead of running Curse and Expert, we went all Curse, just because I'm also running out of Expert sets, so this turned out to provide more DPS in my opinion. Give it a try, but on Alicia, you can run all Curse, but on Cha, try using Expert. It does help her out a bit more than running all Curse. For Malin, very simple, just running the Guardian set, because Handsomie's shields do provide this buff to every single hunter on your team. So when you're running Guardian sets on every single team, you're getting this 10% damage bonus to every single person, so it's honestly a must. The Guardian set does not require them to use a shield themselves. Basically, any shield being applied to them counts towards the damage bonus, so this set is amazing. And then Sylph's Blessing, again, one of the better sets we have for the guild boss. A 3 stack of 5%, netting a 15% elemental weakness damage bonus. Fantastic if you ask me. We use the same sets here on basically all our supports. As you can see, Hansame, let me show you her right here. She is running the same set, same with Min, running the exact same set, but with Choi, since we're not running these sets on him, what do we run? Very simple, Blessing set, let me find him. We're using Blessing for the damage bonuses to our team. Running Curse on Choi does not net the proper DPS we need. It's much better to buff Mirai, for example. It does net more damage. Choi still with a full set of Curse just doesn't deal enough damage, so we still use them to buff with the Blessing set, letting Mirai do all the work. And Libora, same thing like I mentioned earlier, DPS set with Curse and Expert. That should cover every single person here. And for skill levels, with Cha, her ultimate is good, the Dancer is good as well, and her other basic skill is good too. Alicia or Core Attack is required. That's the first skill you should max out. Mirai, her 2 basic skills. They deal the most damage from her ultimate. Very, very OP. Handsome may just get her skills to 7, same with Libora, but if you have a ton of mana extract, you can level up her, I think her Phantom Foxes, all the way to 10, but there is better choices, so don't worry. Libora's weapon is also very good, and she provides a passive effect as well, a 15% buff I believe, so that's why I use her for the buffs and the damage she provides. Our supports in general do not need level 10 skills, it's only our main DPS, so Cha, Mirai, Alicia, and Go, you can level their skills up to 10, that being their main skills of course, so Go as well. His core attack is really good to max out, he deals a ton of damage with those resets. Now let's hop over to JINWOO, showing you what I'm running on him. The weapons of course are very standard from day one, we knew exactly what to use. Grimoire and Moonshadow, Moonshadow to A5, Grimoire to A1. If you don't have Grimoire, and you want to use something else, you can use the Kebab. It is one juicy weapon. It provides a ton of team buffs, heals, and mana, etc. So it's one of the better weapons you can use. And if you don't have Grimoire, there is one SR weapon I want to divert your attention to if I can find it here. There we go, right here. This is basically a weaker Grimoire. Instead of a 24% buff, it's a 12% elemental weakness damage buff, so pretty good still. It's the poor man's Grimoire. Do use it if you want more damage from your hunters. And for skills, very standard. We're using the highest DPS skill in the game right here, Magnifying Slashes on Extreme, one of the best skills in the game. This skill right here basically forced the devs to buff every other skill we had, so try it out. If you don't have this skill though, you can use skills like Reap. Reap is good as well if you just suck at getting dodges off. This is a fantastic skill, tons of damage, and also basically activates your Shadow Step, so a good skill to use. But if you don't have Reap, and if you don't have Sonic Extreme, the Magnifying Slashes, I mean you can just use whatever skill you have that's basically recently buffed. you want to use something that provides at least some value. You can use strike, for example, decreasing target's defense. This is very good as well. It got a buff too, so just for your choices, you should at least have Sonic Stream, the magnifying slashes version, because of the recent skill rune chest we had, so make sure you choose wisely. And for other skill, we're using Vacuum Wave, providing a 10% damage taken bonus on the target. Very strong if you ask me at the heroic mark, so make sure you use this as well. Even at the rare mark, it is one strong skill. So aside from that, wow, as you can see, we've played for 2 hours, oh boy. Aside from that, use your stat points on strength. We're no longer using intelligence. We don't need a CDR, but you can still use it if you want to try, but I do prefer strength. And for your blessing stones, pretty standard if you ask me. You can use weakness section or you can use boss slayer. They are interchangeable. You also want to use blessing stones depending on your situation, so bloodlust is always very good to use. Lowering the target's defense, very OP. Reawakening is fantastic as well, reducing the cooldown for all your skills by 12 or 20%, depending on the rarity you have. Heroic is at 12%, of course. You can use Sharp Perception if you want more crit on JINWOO, up to you. Same with Double-Edged Sword for the bonus damage, but I do prefer the We Are One Blessing Stone. Buffing our hunters is more ideal. This provides a 5%, let's say, damage bonus. Not really, but we can just say that. A 5% damage bonus to both Go and also Cha, and both Cha and Go combined provide over 1 billion damage, so a 5% buff to them is honestly substantial. More so than a Blessing Stone can provide on JINWOO, so that's just my choice. You can mix and match, of course, and see what works best for you, but these four are my personal picks right now. And yeah, that should be everything. So with artifacts on JINWOO as well, we're running Curse and Expert, very standard, nothing too complicated here. So now let's go straight into the battle so I can show you exactly what we've done. Alright, so here is the play-by-play, very simple. First off, we're just going to dash right to the dragon, 2 dashes, save 1. We're going to use our Vacuum Wave right away. As you can see here, we use it, get the damage bonuses applied, and then dodge, use Shadow Step, use Grimoire, and do not cancel the animation. And then once it's done, immediately use Moon Shadow, very simple, and then use your skills. With the magnifying slashes, you want to dash first to get the full effect off, and then use the skill as usual. That way you get all the damage bonuses, and trust me when I say it deals a ton of damage. So we're going to continue and use Vacuum Wave the moment it's back up. Trust me when I say that does not the most damage because it allows you to use Shadow Step even more often. You'll see, just give it a second. So we use it right away, getting the damage bonus applied, and here we're going to dodge, Shadow Step, Grimoire full cast, then we're going to use, yes you guessed it right, Moon Shadow right away, and then dash, use magnifying slashes, and then get ready to dodge this skill right here. I said in my previous video, when the eyes turn red, you know for a fact a move is coming, so get ready for it right here. She's going to use a move and dodge. Very simple, Shadow Step, Vacuum Wave now, use your Grimoire, and just keep stacking all those bonuses up. Use your Moon Shadow, dash, magnifying slashes, you can ulti as well, getting so much damage off. So honestly speaking, the run itself is the easy part. The hard part is actually getting the proper build, at least in my opinion. I'm not sure about everyone else. The battles in this game are usually fairly easy, as long as you get your Shadow Steps off. So again, we're always positioning ourselves close to the head. That's always the goal. And the same cycle here, we use Vacuum, Grimoire, Moon Shadow, dash, magnifying slashes. So honestly speaking, the run itself isn't complicated. You just have to get the timing right. So, you know, I guess easier said than done. Again, always position yourself in front of the head. Shadow Step, Vacuum Wave, Grimoire, Moon Shadow. I'm like a broken record now. Just watch the battle. And while you're watching, again, do not forget to subscribe. We gotta reach that 100,000 subscriber mark. Could you imagine what it's like to hit that mark? I don't. I hope we finally reach it as a solid community, but the run itself, again, still very standard. When the break bar is going to come up around the 110-ish mark, you want to make sure you save your mighty break. Go isn't always enough to break. he is in the perfect circumstance, I believe, but with this AI, it's not happening, honestly speaking. So make sure, save your almighty break. That way you can actually break the boss, but I feel like breaking the boss actually nets less damage. I don't know, it could be just me, but from experience, I feel like I always deal more when I actually fail to break them. But anyways, just keep watching. You can see our full run here. Nothing too complicated. It's just the same thing on repeat. Hopefully at least this will help you just a bit. And just as a tip, anytime your hunters die, just reset the run. It's not worth it to continue. Always reset it, especially when someone like Hansame, Choi, or let's say your DPS dies. It's just not worth it to continue. So again, make sure you extend your support. The link is down below. If any of my guides in this channel do help you, or if you just like me and you want to support, that is much appreciated. So here is the end of the battle. You do realize that towards the end, that's when the most DPS is being applied. And trust me, this is me playing. I know some mistakes are happening. If you spot any, make sure you let me know in the comment section. I'm bound to improve myself. Everyone has room for improvement, so make sure, drop a like on this video, subscribe, leave a comment with any tips, concerns, or any questions you have. I'll be sure to answer you. This was your Code King Zaf signing out.